Ini. On the corn has a shomer. The corn has it. You see? Okay.
And then they break that grain and take the inside.
Okay. Let's see.
That's how it grows.
Well, let's go. I don't know much about it. Let's see. Says the Gemara. Ini, is this true? V'amar Rav Nachman, Amar Rabba Baravua, Hai matchele de orla. So Rashi explains to us, matchele is betamre, is by date, ke kafras bitzlaf. It's a similar coating of the date. It's a similar covering on the date, like the kafrisim by tzlaf. Hani matchele de orla asire, the asur, ho'il v'na'asu shomer leperi, because they were a shomer. V'shomer leperi emata ve'bekufra. It was a shomer to the peri at the kufra stage, right? It was a shomer to the peri in the kufra stage. Ve'kakari le shomer leperi, and we still call it a shomer. So what are you going to do? You see that it was a shomer before. Says the Gemara, no, it's not a what's it called? It's not a question. You know why Rav Nachman holds matchile or asur? Rav Nachman savar like Rabbi Yossi. Rav Nachman holds like Rabbi Yossi. The Tanan we learned. Rabbi Yossi Omer, Rabbi Yossi says, Simadar asur mepene shehu peri. Rabbi Yossi holds that when it comes to orla, even the simadar is already asur. Simadar is, look in Rashi. Anavim, kivan shenafala perach. Once the flower falls off, they call gargir. Right. The whole gargir. The pasuk is good, but what stage is that? Where is that holding exactly at smadar? No, yeah. Oh, sorry. Like that. Anavim, kivan shenafala perach, v'chol gargir nir'eh le'atzmo, and you could see every grape itself. Karui semadar, that's semadar. Very early. V'kamar Rabbi Yossi, kivan sheba lechlal semadar, karui peri, ve'asur mishum orla, upligi rabanan ale, and the chachamim argue on him, right? So therefore, Rav Nachman, he holds that fruit is considered a peri very early. Because he holds it's a fruit very early, that's why he holds that the matchale asur, because they were a shomer on the dates also very early, but he holds that's already a peri. I don't hold like that. I hold like the Rabbanan. I hold that it's not a peri till it gets bigger, and therefore by the dates also, and by the tzlaf, it's the kafrisin is not a shomer, and by the dates also maybe I would argue on Rav Nachman. Says the Gemara, matkif la Rav Simi min hada'ah, ubishar ilane mi pligi Rabbanan aleh. You're right, the Chachamim argue on Rabbi Yossi by grapes. They hold that simadar is not a peri. But by other fruit, do they argue on him? The Hatenan, we learned, me'ematai en kotzetzin et ilano b'shvi'it. At what point can you not chop the trees down on Shvi'it? What's the problem with chopping trees down in Shvi'it? So Rashi tells us that you can't chop the trees down in Shvi'it, kotzetzin b'shvi'it, the Rahmana Amar, le'ochla v'lo le'fsed. You're allowed to use the fruits to eat. You're not allowed to waste them. That's why when you get the wine of Shemitah, if you buy Otzar Beitim wine, you're not allowed to put the Havdalah candle out in it because it's lefsed. You can't even spill over the cup. It's lefsed. Shemitah is nitan la'achila, v'lo lefsed. So now you have trees. There's fruits on it. You want to cut off a branch. You're being mafsid the fruits of the Shemitah. The Shemitah fruits are not yours. Tosfot asks, what do I need that for? It's a suit to cut fruit trees anyway. So Tosfot is talking in a case where there's no isur. It's me'ol b'damim. Or it doesn't really give a lot of fruit.
You have to cut it for public. You cut it and give it to people. You don't have to.
No. I'm not. It's not. You're not allowed to cut down fruit trees. I'm cutting the branch off. I don't want to cut the tree. I want to cut the branch. So, but by cutting the branch, I'm ruining the fruit. That's the technical problem. So, all the fruits, all the trees. As once the fruit comes out, it's asur. No, it has to actually be considered a fruit. Haruvin mishiesharsheru. The haruv, right? When it starts to get a look like a chain on it, you see like the indents with the seed sticking out. You see the chain look. Haruvin mishiesharsheru. Vagifanim mishiyigre'u. When you see the seed, when it comes out, you see all the different. Kshanavim gasim kegarua, and we'll see what that is. Vazetim mishiyanitzu. The olives, when they get a netz around it. Ushar kol ilanot, all the other trees, mishi yotziu, as soon as they put out. Ve'amar Rabbi Asi. Rav Asi says, Hu boser, hu garua, hu pula lavan. Boser is the same stage as garua, is the same stage as pula lavan. So pula lavan is fool. Fool is a different plant. Ela ema shi'uro. How big is it when it's up to boser? Kefula lavan. Now, smadar is before fula lavan. It's before yigre'u, right? Man shamitle de amar boser in smadar lo Rabbanan. It's the Chachamim. V'katani she'ar kol ilanot is considered a peri. Mishi yosiu as soon as they put out a fruit. So you see, you can't blame. You can't tell me that Chachamim argue by tzlaf and by temarim. It's not true. Not the mahlukat is only by a few things. By other fruits, everybody agrees. As soon as it comes out, it's considered a peri. Ella, no answer. Amar Rava, heicha amrin and dahav shomer le peri. Heicha dechi shakalt le shomer. Ma'it pera. When you take off the shomer, the fruit will die. If you can't. It can't grow without it. If you pull it off, the whole thing will die. That's a shomer. Hacha by the kafrisin ki shakalt le. When you take off the peel, when you take off the kafris, lo ma'it pera. The peri doesn't die. Have uvda. There was a story. V'shaklua lenetz de rimona. They took off the nets of the rimon. V'yavesh rimona. It dried out. It didn't grow. V'shaklua leparha de bitete. They took off the kafrisin, ve'ukim bitita, and the kafri stayed, and the evionot stayed. Ve'ilchita, kemor barav ashi, dezarik evionot, ve'achilat kafrisin. That's halacha. Umid legabe orla, lav piraninhu, because when it comes to orla, it's not a peri. Legabe berachot nami, lav piraninhu, it's not a peri. V'lo mevarchin ale bore pri ha'etz, ela bore pri adama. This piece is not really from the Gemara. It's really from Halachot Gedolot, and they wrote it in the Gemara. The Tosafot argues. Tosafot says, "Hachi gasinim hilcheta kamo barav Ashi. Vaya omer Aram de legabe orla lav peri haynu mishum de kol hamekil ba'aretz halacha kemoto b'chutz la'aretz. Aval ba'aretz v'adei have a pira, and therefore, since ikar halacha is it's a peri, bevarchin aleh bore pri ha'etz. Ubeberachot leka hiluk ba'aretz. He's going to make a ha'etz in Israel and chutz la'aretz you make adama. But the Maaseh Maran holds that you make adama. Maran holds like the Bahag. Yeah. Okay. Pilpile. What about peppers? Not talking about green peppers. We're talking about black pepper, which grows on a vine that grows on a tree. Right? Pilpile. Rav Sheshat Amar Shehakol. Rava Amar Lo Klum. No beracha. Ve'az da Rava. It's very tasty. Ve'az da Rava le'ta'ameh. Rava is according to Shita. The Amar Rava. Kas pilpile biyomad Kippure. If he choose pepper on Kippur, patur. Why? It's not edible. Kas zangvila biyomad Kippure. Patur. Meitive, I'll ask you a question. Hayarbi. Zangvila is ginger. Hayarbi mi'ir omer. Mimashma shene'emar va'araltem. Orlato et perio. Eni yodea she'etz ma'achalu. Ela matamu lo ma'etz ma'achal. What's the pasuk? Ve'aya ki tavo el haaretz untatem kol etz ma'achal. Right? Va'araltem orlato et perio. You have to tell me it's an etz ma'achal? I know it's an etz ma'achal. If it has a peri, it's an etz ma'achal. Right? Lehavi, it's coming to include etz, a tree. Shetam etzo perio shaveh. That even the tree itself has the taste of the fruit. Ve'ezehu, which is this? Zeh pilpelin. That's peppers. Lelamedcha, to teach you, shapilpelin hayavim be'orla. That pepper is chayav in orla because it's a fruit. Ulelamedcha, to teach you, she'en eretz Yisrael hasera klum. You're not missing anything in Israel. Because you see, when you come to Israel, you'll plant pepper. Right? Shene'emar eretz asher lo b'miskinut tochal ba'lechem lo tehsar kol ba. You won't be missing anything. Be'emet, it's true. Kimat, they could grow anything somewhere in Israel. Amazing thing. Lo kashya. Haber tivta, habi veshta. When do we consider it a fruit? When it's fresh. Fresh peppercorn. Peppercorn is the little ones. Right? Habi veshta. Once it dries out, it's like chewing dirt. Flavorful dirt. But it's like chewing dirt. It's not an ochel. There's no beracha, and you patur on Kippur. Amri le Rabbanan le Meremar. The rabbis asked Meremar a question. Kas zangvila biyom Kippure patur. You tell me, Rava says, if you chew ginger on Yom Kippur, you patur. Veha amar Rava says, Hai hamalta te'atya mi behindevai sharia. There was some sort of a jam that came from India, which one of the main ingredients, or the main ingredient, was ginger. Shariat's mutar, meaning I don't have to be choshesh that because the goyim made it and they cooked it in their pots, it's asur, because Rava holds stam kelim enam b'nei yoman, and the taste that comes out is noten ta'am lefgam, and b'di avar it's mutar. Umevarchin ale borei pri adama, and you make borei pri adama. But if you tell me that ginger is inedible, what do you have to make a borei pri adama for? Lo kashya. Haber tifta, habi veshta. The jam, they preserved it. It's soft and it's juicy. You make borei pri adama. Once it becomes dried as a powder, it's inedible. You don't make a beracha and you patur if you eat it on Kippur. Havitz kedera v'chen daisa. So now, Habitz kedera, Rashi tells me, min ma'achal kafui, it's like a thick type of a dish. Kemo halav shehabatzu b'keba. Just like when you take milk and you put in the rennet, it becomes solid. Kach osim ma'achal kafui b'kedera. They make like a solid item in the pot. Ulkama mifareshla, the Gemara explains later that the ingredients are kimha, flour, v'dubsha, and honey, umishha, and oil. V'karule abrushde. So habitz kedera. V'chen daisa. Daisa is like oatmeal. Mamuniyeh. Rav Yehuda amar she'akol niya b'dvaro. Says you make she'akol. Rav Kahana amar borei mine mezonot. B'daisa greida. If it's plain oatmeal, the kule alma lo pligi de borei mine mezonot. That's what mezonot is for. Ki pligi b'daisa ke'en habitz kedera. You have what's it called? Maple and brown sugar oatmeal. Sweet. Right? Rav Yehuda amar shehakol savar duv sha'ikar. You're eating it for the sweetness. Rav Kana, and by the other thing, by the chavitz kedera, also it's a very sweet item. Rav Kana amar borei mine mezonot. Savar smida ikar. The main thing is the flour. Amar, right, smid. Amar of Yosef, kavate de Rav Kahana mistabra. It makes sense like Rav Kahana. The Rav Shmuel, the Amri Tarvayu, Rav and Shmuel both say, Kol sheyesh bo mechameshet aminim, anything that has in it from the Hameshet Aminim, mevarchin alav borei mine mezonot, because we assume that the Hameshet Aminim is the Ikar. And that's halacha l'maaseh. So now, l'maaseh, there's an interesting Tosfot over here. Tosafot says, Kilipei gozim v'agar'inim hayavim be'orla. Tosafot says, why? Teperi ninhu. Why is the gar'inim part of the orla? Teperi ninhu. Mikan, if that's the case, sheyesh levarech ala garinim shul gudganiyot vegarine afarsekim veshel tapuchim vekol minei garinim shel perot borei peri ha'etz. And Maran says, garine aperot im hem metukim, meaning they're edible, mevarech alehem borei peri ha'etz. Ve'im hem marim, enu mevarech alehem klal. Ve'im metikan al yedaur, mevarech alehem she'akol. The Kafahayim quotes, people eat, you don't eat the afarsek pits. They do in Israel. They squeeze them open. They take the inside out. Yeah. So now, the Rashba argues, Katvu betosvot, the mikan yesh lomod, sheyesh levarech al hagarinim shel guganiyot, shekorin tzirdish, v'garinei afarsichim, v'tapuchim, v'kol minei perot pre'etz. Ve'enu mechuvar be'enai klal. שאלו אין חייבים בעורלה משום פרי, אלא מריבויה דעת. They tafel to the peri. So therefore the beracha should not be ha'etz. It's not the main peri. It's an it. It's like the tzlaf. Like the kafrisin that you told me is ha'adama. So the Kafahim quotes, he says, וכתב, וכן כתב, אבל הרשב"א חולק, וכן כתב הגינה ורדים, וכן כתב הפרי חדש, דבכל גאבנה לא יברך על הגרעינים, אלא שהכל. וכן כתב ברכי יוסף, that the beracha on גרעינים of פירות is, So okay, that's a machloket over here. If it's shehakol or ha'adama, how not ikar is it? Only the business seeds they plant like that. That's what. That's.
They used to watermelon pits at home. Today they grow just for the pits and they throw it home.
They grow a special watermelon, maybe. Lema said they say that when it comes to the bizr, really the beracha should be ha'adama, but the minhag is still to make shakul. That's what they say. That's what Hamad.
For that purpose?
Chacham Baruch.
Watermelon doesn't come with business.
They've been hacked back then because they didn't grow it for that way. Today they grow it for that reason.
We know that. I'm telling you what Chacham Baruch said. He said even though they grow it special.
Same thing for the Hatzapam?
There's a watermelon.
I don't know what he would hold on Hatzapam. I know what he said on Bizet. He said the minhag is to make shakol. If you don't make a shakol, I'm telling you wrong. In Chinami, they grow for that. Mikar adin, it should be like that. Oh, they are, for whatever reason.
Using the watermelon.
That was what he said.
They carve it up in the beginning. They
Right,
used
that's
to
what I
cook
said.
it at home.
It's become two different things now.
No, but when they were calling it left over, they used to cook it at home. Now they
Allah Rahman, two separate things. They're growing out.
They grow a special thing. Yeah. When it comes to what is this? Hey, Resh Chet Saif Hey. Maran says in Siman Resh Chet Saif Hey. Maran says Kema hafilu shel chitim mevarech alav she'akol ve'acharav borei nefashot. Lo shna doesn't make a difference. Nithan dak dak. Lo shna nithan ketzat. Ve'adayin yesh bo ta'am shel chitim. Lo shna kemach shel kelayot. All of those you make she'akol. So l'chaora when you have cookie dough, raw cookie dough. L'chaora the beracha is she'akol because it's not. It didn't. Even though it was flour, it's still a shakol. So cookie dough ice cream, no problem. Granola bar is another problem. Yeah. No, but once you make it into a cookie, it becomes mizonot. What?
Nah, you didn't make it. It's not mezonot. It's not zan. It's not a cookie. You're taking wheat and you're roasting it. It's like eating plain raw wheat. Yeah, adama.
Nature's Valley. It's called.
Nature's Valley. Yeah. Nature Valley.
Roasted.
Maran says, Resh Daled, Saif Aleph, Ve'al Kura, שהוא הרך הנוסף בכל שנה שקוראים פלמיתו, ועל לולבי גפנים, right, on the little pieces that grow on the geffen. Ve'al shekedim, no, lulavi gefanim is like the sprouts, the new pieces. Ve'al shekedim metukim, on all of them, mevarech shehakol, you make shehakol. No, that's the whole story. That's the outside, no. That's the outside peel also. That's the Tosfot over here. If you look in the Tosfot says, לא נעתי אינשי הדעתה דקורא, וסבר גמרא כבתי דשמול, ואם כן אותם לולבי גפנים, it's like sprouts, you know, it grows new, you just pull it off. דלא נעתי אינשי הדעתה דאחי מברכין עליו שהכל נהיה בדברו, ואותם שקדים כשהם רכים, אוכלים קליפתם מחיצונה, ולא נעתי לו הדעתה דאחי. If they pick them early, you eat the outside peel, it's still sweet. The inside thing is tiny, right? כשברך מברך נמי עליהם שהכל. So the question comes up, what about the loziyah? L'chara, you would say, according to this, loziyah should be shehakol. But they told me that in Halab, they planted special trees for the loziyah. And they planted it just for that, and they made ha'etz. That's what they told me, Chamleon told me. It's quoted in the Sefarim, the Halab books, they quote that on the loziyah, they make ha'etz. Okay, so understood. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Right, it's early.